They got to UNISA there because the queue was a bit heavy. They turned back. Did you do the same? Yeah, you see people who know Pretoria. Turned back and then they took a shortcut, I don't know where. Okay. Right, yes, let's hear.
Okay, siqale lana ke baba umnisi sorry sibiye advocate umnisi kufuneka ngale ndlela siyabonga brigadier ungakhamazeli-ke noma ungajahile ukhuluma ngaye umbotho siseza kuyena umbotho sisese police station yase Vosloorus sisezoza kuyena umbotho manje ke brigadier yiloku okushiwo umsolwa ke noma azokusho uma ngaba ezozo bekuthola ubufakazi ngokumayela nendlela awaphatheka ngayo noma awaphathwa ngayo nkathi ke umthola ehlezi lapha yana kwindawo yokumisa imoto noma ke parking yazo imoto epolice station yase Vosloorus yiloko azokusho ke athi ke emkhukhwini noma ke angingathi umkhukhu igumbi ukuphuma kulona ke igumbi lelo awayeli renta kanye naye ke umalume wakhe la kusolwa ukuthi kwatholakala khona inhlamvu base behamba ke lapho yila abona khona ke ukuthi uma sebejika ke behamba kuwona uN3 lapho ke kunendawo ethizeni ke la abajika khona kulona ilokishi lase Vosloorus ingaba sisazwana yini wabephendula ke uGininda wathi yebo. I'm listening.
Yes, the whole portion up to page 46, line 22, line 20 up to 21, where Advocate Nisi says now they went to a parking there was next to the police station where he got ordered up to that point.
Oh, that whole part?
Yes, that whole part.
Right, okay. Aphendula ke uGininda yebo nkesenkantolo umnumzana umnisi ngiyabonga ke manje ke bathi besahamba ke lapho ukhumbuleke ngalesi sikhathi lesi wawungekafiki ke wena ke nanjengoba behamba naye ke bahamba ke baya kwenye indawo kamasipala eyaziwayo kuleyo ndawo leyo noma abayibiza ngokuthi ke kuse Golden Spot noma ke iGold Spot lapho ke indawo ke enezitolo ke phakathi kwayo khona ne police station nendawo kamasipala kunamahhovisi futhi ke ase Home Affairs namaphoyisa ke noma ke ama traffic officers akhona ke lapho kodwa nje indawo ke enezitolo base behamba ke beya kuleyo ndawo noma kuleyo area leyo eyaziwa ngokuthi ke iGolden Spot noma iGold Spot. Waphendula ku Gininda wathi yebo ngiyakuzwa. Now they then went to a parking there was next to the police station. Base beya ke kwindawo yokumisa imoto eseduze ke ne police station la kwathwa watshelwa khona ke la atshelwa khona ke yebo. Akasakhumbula ukuthi ubani wathi akaphume emotweni kodwa yila atshelwa khona ke.
Ngilalele ula uadvocate Mnisi uma ngithi le ndawo leya indawo eyi1 iGosport yonke le ndawo leya ine police station indawo amasipala inezitolo ine reg indawo eyi1 leya iGosport yonke leya bese ehlukanisa ukuthi le ipolice station le indawo amasipala le izitolo lapha ya irank. So uma ngithi iGosport vele ngisho indawo eyi1 mina ngoba namanje ngisho ukuthi la ngishayelwe khona ngishayelwe endaweni kamasipala.
Yes, yeah, what Advocate Mnisi is saying, that entire area or that place as is. Yes, it has the police station, it has the taxi rank, it has the municipal offices, but that entire area is referred to as being the Gold Spot. And yes, indeed, when I was assaulted at the municipal area.
vele masiqeda ukusuka emkhukhwini kamalume siye sahamba ngabona sesik entry sa ofrema sangena eFosorus sa endaweni kamasipala straight la engakhombisa khona ikatolo.
Yes, indeed. When we left my uncle's shack, we indeed got onto the entry. Then we took an off-ramp and went to Phosphorus, and we indeed went to the municipal area, the one that which I pointed out to the court.
Yes. I think the record speaks for itself. We'll leave it there for argument. Just to come back to the aspect of secluded sport, when the court placed its observations on record after the inspection in loco, this was on the 22nd of July, 2025, page 52, at line 8. Maybe we'll start at line 5. Then Mr. Mnisi asked his client, "Are you familiar with this place?" Then Mr. Sibia said, "I'm familiar, but I've never entered the building before that day when he was assaulted." Then Mr. Mnisi remarked to one of the co-accused, to his client rather. Then he said to him, did you not say to me that you were taken to a secluded area? And then why do you say the place is secluded? Then his client answers, when I was assaulted, people could not see when I was being assaulted.
Lana ke kunge 22 July kona ke lonyaka ngathi ke sikhona lapha yana ke kuyona ke inspection wase umnumzana umnisi ebuza ke umsolwa amele ingaba uyazwana noma uyayazi yini le ndawo noma ujwayele yini le ndawo. Mr. Sibiya waphendula ke yebo ngiyayazi le ndawo kodwa angikaze ngingeneke lapho ngaphambi kwalo lasuku noma ngangakaze ngingene ngaphambi kwalo lasuku loliyana uma ngangishaywa. Umnumzana umnisi ke wasethi ke komunye umsola noma kulona ke amele wathi kuyena awukaze ungitshela noma awungitshelanga yini ukuthi wathathwa ke wasiwa kwindawo eseceleni noma indawo efihlakele ungani futhi uthi leyo ndawo ke indawo efihlakele. Wasephendula ke umsola amele nkathi ngangishayo noma ngalela langa engangishayo ngalo ke abantu babengaboni ukuthi ke ngiyashaya noma babengangiboni ke kuleyo ndawo leyo engangishayelwa kuyona. I'm listening.
Now, why do you say that people could not see when we were being assaulted?
Ungani uthi ke abantu babengakuboni ngalela langa noma ngalesa sikhathi wawushaywa ngaso?
Ingoba singichazile lapha indawo engathi isekhonini kunezinto ezisithile la nemoto zabo zayisithile la ukuthi umuntu ongale ohamba kulesa strate sasile ekuqheleni kwakhona lesi strate esikhulu lesiya wayengakwazi umuntu ukuthi engabona into eyenzakala ngale la engangishayelwa khona.
It's because that place is around the corner and that there were certain things that were blocking people's view, even including their vehicles. And that place, the road is far there. That is now the main road. So now people walking there would not be able to see what was happening there at that particular spot where I was being assaulted.
Is it correct that there is lighting in that area?
Ngabe kuyiqiniso yini ukuthi ke ama lights akhona kule ndawo leya? Ibane ikhona kule ndawo.
Kungenzeka ikhona ngaze ngiqaphele namanje masibuyela ze ngiqaphele ukuthi ibane kanjani.
It's possible that there is lighting, but I never took note. Even when we went back there, I did not notice that there was lighting.
And as you mentioned, there is a main road, a main street that passes next to the area that you pointed out that leads to the police station. Is that correct?
Nanjengoba usho ke noma ke usakhumbula ke ukhona ke umgwaqo omkhulu okhuluma ngawo olapha yana phezulu ungaphambi nje ohola noma ke okuholela kule ndawo le owasenkantolo kuyona.
Yebo ukhona.
That's correct. Yes.
And you'd agree that the presence of 7 cars and 14 police officers would have attracted some attention.
Uyavuma yini ukuthi ke imoto eziyisikhombisa noma ke imoto eziwu7 kanye ke namaphoyisa amaningi ke ngalendlela osho ngayo ukuthi ke awu14 noma ke awu15 noma ngaphezulu ukuthi leyo into leyo eyayizodonsa amehlo abantu.
Abantu babenge baningi ngoba ngithi kwakuyisikhathi se-COVID laphaya kwayisikhathi se-COVID esikhathi engangishawa ngaso.
There were not many people, as I've made mention, that it was during the COVID time when I was being assaulted there.
Did you sustain any injuries as a result of the assault? You
Ukushaywa-
mentioned that you were kicked. Where were you kicked?
Ukushaywa lokho ke ingaba kwenza yini ukuthi ke ulimali ngoba ushilo ukuthi wake wakhahlelwa kuphi nendawo.
Angikhahlela umzimba wonke.
My entire body.
Ngishilo ngathi ngalimala emzimbeni ngalimala mina ngaphakathi emzimbeni kwakunama pain ngasho ngathi nakho nala ezandleni kusabonakala la namanje emva kwe6 years kusabonakala la engangilimala khona ngama handcuff.
I did say that I sustained injuries internally and I was in pain, and I did point out, the witness pointing out to both his wrists, that I still, after 6 years, there are still some marks on my wrists.
And abantu bahlale beboshwa kodwa akekho umuntu esengeke ngathi ngihle naye umuntu engiboshwe nabo lapha ejele onama mark lana anjengalana wami ukhomba ukuthi umuntu mayiboshwa esiwe police station ufike police station akhulule efake eselini mina nginama mark okukhomba ukuthi kwangekho mnandi la engangikhona ngoba insimbi zayingidla la zazingilimaza.
And also other people, people who would also be handcuffed, but there is no one who has the same marks that I do have. When a person gets arrested or the handcuffs are put, when you get to the police station, they are removed and you go to the cells, which then means that where I was, it was not nice and the handcuffs were hurting me.
And now this is the second time that you were being assaulted. You were first assaulted at Letabo. You were kicked there, and this is now the second time that you are being assaulted by being kicked.
Manje ke kwakusekuyihlandla lesibili ushaywa futhi ke ukhahlelwa ngoba kokuqala washaywa eLithabong manje sebekushaywa kwesibili manje.
Yeah.
Yes.
And amongst others, you were being assaulted by traffic officers who had their safety boots on. Is that correct?
Kubanye babantu ababekushaya wawushaywa ke futhi nalaba ke amaphoyisa ke omgwaqo loba ababizwa ngokuthi phecelezi ke ama traffic officers futhi ke ababefake ama-boots abo.
Yebo ngichazile ukuthi babefaka ama-boots abo mara ama-boots abo akusiwo la echaza uGininda la wachaza khona njengama-boots afana nawamasotsha akusiwona amasotsha la ma-boots la ngiyakutshela ama-boots asamateki kuyikuthi ngoba amaphoyisa engijwayele ukuthi waqoke la engihamba nawo awekho njengamanje kodwa la ma-boots lawo ngiyothi ngelinye ilanga noma ngekho la ebhokisini ngiyocela ukuthi inkosi yenkantolo ngiyibonise ukuthi nawo la ma-boots la engiwashoya egwela ama-traffic cop la hayi ama-boots awamasotsha.
But the boots that they were wearing are not the boots that were described by Brigadier Gininda as being the military boots. I did mention that they were sneaker-like boots, and I'm also looking at the officers that normally escort me, but I do not see them there. But even one day when I'm not in the witness dock, I will ask or show the court when I see someone wearing them.
Sorry. Did you see Jonathan giving evidence in this court?
Wambona Jonathan unkathi wayefakaza la enkantolo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was he wearing boots or tekis?
Ingabe wayegqoke ama-boots noma amateki? Amateki.
Lesikhathi egqoke uniform angisabonanga ukuthi wayegqoke ama-boots anjani.
When he was wearing uniform, I did not see which kind of boots he was wearing.
Kodwa lesikhathi bengikhahlela yiyo lento yenza ukuthi ngibone ukuthi bagqoka ama-boots anjani ngoba besebenzisa zona iy'nyawo.
But on the day on which they were kicking me, I was able to see which kind of boots they were wearing because they were using their feet.
Okay.
You say Brigadier Gininda spoke to you privately.
Ushilo ukuthi uBrigadier Gininda wakhulumela nawe eceleni.
Ngithe uGininda babamba i-meeting eceleni base beyabuya wangibuza imibuzo akaze ngisho wakhulumela nami eceleni.
I said that they held a private meeting. They then came back and Gininda asked me questions. I never said that he spoke to me aside.
Now,
Privately.
Sorry, before he asked you questions, did he warn you in terms of your constitutional rights?
Manje ke ngaphambilini kokuthi ke akubuze imibuzo ingaba wakwexwayisa yini ngokomthetho sisekelo?
Cha.
No.
You mentioned that you were asked about Buthelezi brothers during that particular stage, is that correct?
Ushilo ukuthi ngaleso sikhathi leso ke wabuzwa ke ngalabo ababili ke bakwabuthelezi noma ke amabrother amabili akabuthelezi.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who asked you about the Buthelezi brothers?
Kwakubani owayebuza ngabo?
Ekuqaleni babekhuluma babethi abafana bakwaButhelezi mara umuntu wafika washo amagama abo straight uGininda.
At first they said or they mentioned the Buthelezi brothers, but the person that referred to them directly was or by name was Gininda.
See, Brigadier Gininda testified that at that point they did not know about Buthelezi brothers. They only got to know them after you had mentioned them in your confession.
Kubufakazi bakhe awabethula uBrigadier Gininda ushilo ukuthi ngaleso sikhathi leso bona ke babengazi lutho ngabafana bakwaButhelezi. Uthe uGininda kubufakazi bakhe bazokwazi ngabafana bakwaButhelezi emuva kokuthi wena ke kwistatement sakho la ke owagonyuluka kusona ke emuva bazokwazi emuva kokuthi wena wakhuluma ngabo kwistatement sakho sogonyuluka.
So he couldn't have known about the Buthelezi brothers at that point because that was before you made the confession to Lieutenant Colonel Mboto.
Okusho ukuthi ke babengeke noma wayengeke azi lutho ngabafana bakwaButhelezi ngaleso sikhathi leso ngoba ke wawungekasenzi wena ke istatement wena ku Colonel Mboto.
Mina ngangazi lutho ngento ayikhuluma abafana bakwaButhelezi kodwa uyakhuluma abafana bakwaButhelezi wabasha amagama abo wabasho nokuthi babebulala uSenzo benami ngaso ngamtshela nathi mina ngazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo.
I knew nothing about the Buthelezi brothers. He is the one who mentioned them to me and said that they killed Senzo and I was a part of them. And I told him that I knew nothing about the death of Senzo.
Mayizothakaza ukuthi abafana bakwaButhelezi ukhuluma manga.
If he says or he claims that he knows nothing about the Buthelezi brothers, then he's telling lies.
Yes. Now, Brigadier Gininda testified that he documented his discussion with you, the explanation of your constitutional rights. He documented that in his diary.
uBrigadier Gininda ethula ke ubufakazi bakhe ke ushilo ke ukuthi ke inkulumo yakhe naye wayibhala phansi kunalento ayibiza ngokuthi ke i-diary ke noma ke incwadi ke la abhala khona kuyona ke nokufukanye futhi nokuchazela kwakho amalungelo ngokomthetho sisekelo washo ukuthi naloko wabhala phansi.
Did you hear that?
Wakuzwa lokho maye kusho?
Ngamuzwa mayisho lo kodwa akaze sengichazele lutho mina ayikho into angichazela yona ngamalungelo ami ukuba wayebhala phansi maye ukuthi isikhuluma naye kwakumele mina mhlawumbe bese ethi mayizokwenza ubufakazi la eKatolo bese ethi angisayine mina ukuthi ukhulume nami wabhala phansi ngasayina mina ukuthi lento le iyi.
I heard him saying that, but what he said was lies. He had never written anything down. If it is that he wrote down that which he was discussing with me, then he would have written down and also asked me to sign.
So leta ayibhale phansi uyibhalele la ayibhalele khona ngimazi ukuthi wayibhale ku angazi lutho ngale yanto leyana mina bangibuza njengabhali lutho phansi engibuza lembuza ayingibuza yona engitshela lokho ayintshela khona ukuthi ngisesemncane ngizokhuluma iqiniso.
Whatever it is that he says or he claimed to have written down is something that he wrote on his own. I don't know where he wrote it, but when he was speaking to me, he was not writing down anything. And he said to me that I was still young, I was going to tell the truth. And he's been working with people like me for a very long time, or for a long time.
Yes, but you say he should have made you to sign in his diary. Why should he make you to sign in his diary?
Uthi ke wayizokusayinisa noma ke wayizobhala lokho akubhalayo abesethi wena sign yini ezombangela ukuthi akusayinise wena ediaryini yakhe ngoba incwadi yakhe.
Ngiqonde kahle kathi ngiqonde ukukhombisa lento ayishoyo ayikho.
I'm trying to
athi wayebhala enami ayikho lonto le unamanga.
I'm trying to show that whatever it is that he claimed or that he said that he was writing down or was documenting everything down, that is a lie.
See, during the proceedings of the diary has been handed up as Exhibit ZZ. During the proceedings of 24 January 2024, page 52, line 20, your legal representative, Mr. Mgomezolo, put the following proposition to Brigadier Gininda. Mr. Mgomezolo, all right, with reference to the diary that you recorded, can you please take your diary? You open the records of 30 May 2020 and please read them on the record in relation to what you have recorded.
Manje ke ngazo i24 zika January unyaka ondlule 2024 ila khona ke owayekumele ngaleso sikhathi leso ke umnumzana uMngomezulu wasecela yena ke uBrigadier Gininda ukuthi ke avuleke incwadi yakhe leyo ke ibizwa phecelezi ngokuthi diary afundeke akubhala phansi ngazo i30 zika May 2020. I'm listening.
And Brigadier Gininda testified that these were contemporaneous notes that he made at the time.
Washo ke ukuthi lokho ke waye into nje awayebhala ke ngaleso sikhathi leso uma nithi nikhuluma abhaleke.
Yes. And Brigadier Gininda says these are the notes. Duty on, that is 7:30. Phosphorus CAS 636/10/2014 departure to Ayrton, and then at 14:10 got a report from Captain Yenden and Mohola that the suspect, Moses Sibia, has been arrested for the case of drug dealing and possession of unlicensed ammunition. Then the following is important. I went to interview the suspect at Phosphorus around 1900 hours. The suspect implicated himself in the case after he was warned according to his rights. Colonel Mboto, I have mentioned his cell phone number, is requested to assist with the confession. He agreed, said suspect must be brought to Diepkloof, SAPS 30 May 2020, and then I have recorded just after midnight, 12:10. My Lord Colonel Mboto says he's done, and that I should come get the confession from his office. Then 01:30 in the morning, duty off.
Lokho ke okwabhala phansi uyena ke uBrigadier Gininda uma ecelwa ke ukuthi ke akafundeke akubhalile wabhala ke lana ukuthi ke uqala kwakhe ke emsebenzini isikhathi u7:30 wabhala ke inamba yecase uPhosphorus case 636/1/2014 uthi wabe esehamba ke eAyrton manje ke ngo2:10 emini wathola ke umbiko ukuthi ke uthola kuyena uCaptain Yende kanye naye umuhula ukuthi umsolo umuzi Sibiya uboshiwe eboshelwa ke icala leyidakamizwa kanye futhi ke nokutholakala nezinhlamvu ezingekho emthethweni ngahamba ke ngaye kuyena umsolo ePhosphorus isikhathi ke kwaku7 ke entambama umsolwa wabe eseyibandakanya ke noma ke esho ke ukuthi ke naye ke khona ke alaziyo noma kwaziyo ke ngalo icala emuva kokuthi ke eseqwayisiwe ngamalungelo akhe uKolonel Mboto bese ngishilo ke inamba yakhe yocingo wase ecelwa ke ukuthi ke alekelele ngestatement sogonyuluka wavuma ke wacela ukuthi ke noma wathi ke umsolwa akalethwe epolice station yase Diepkloof 30 May 2020 ngase ngibhala ke ukuthi ke eseshayile ke u12 ebusuku u10:12 uKolonel Mboto washo ke ukuthi uqedile nokuthi ke angize ngizolanda sona ke istatement eofisini lakhe ngo1:30 entathakusa wathi ke wabese uyashayisa ke ngaleso sikhathi
uGininda akukho ngifondela khona akukho ayibhala nginaye lapha ya Phosphorus kwamasipala.
There is nothing that Gininda was writing down when I was with him at the municipal area in Phosphorus.
Kukhona okunye ngijabulelayo ke la okuvelayo. uCaptain Bongani Yende akekho oke wambala emaphoyiseni onke. Ilokhu yibe ngilokhu ngibala uBongani Yende. Kodwa nakho manje uGininda uthi yena la watshena umhula noYende ukuthi mina sengiboshiwe. uYende uBongani Yende uyena khoneni wayikhona lapha yamangiboshwe.
I am now happy for about one thing here. No one ever made mention of Captain Bongani Yende. I am the only person who kept on referring to Captain Yende. He is Bongani Yende, and he is the only person or the person that was there during or at the time of my arrest.
ngoba ngisho ukuthi amaphoyisa aye intelligence kwakubongani uncamane kumabhena.
As I mentioned, that the police that came from the intelligence unit, it was Bongani Yende, Ngamane, and Mapena.
Kodwa amaphoyisa mayefika la eKatolo athi ngaboshwa uSediki, uButhelezi noMholi.
But when the police came to court, they claimed that I was arrested by Buthelezi, Sadiki, and Mukhula.
Kodwa uGininda akukho ayekubhala phansi mayekhuluma nami wayengibuza imibuzo wayengabhali phansi.
But Keninda did not write anything down when he was having a conversation with me. He was just asking me questions and not writing anything down.
Yes, but
Kodwa ngiyabonga ukuthi igama isibongo sikaYende sigcina sivela ukuthi uYende wayekhona kodwa amaphoyisa amfihlile wazeze emveze nakancane.
But I'm grateful that Yende's name now comes up because the police were just hiding his name. He was never mentioned even once.
But would you then agree that the fact that Yende's name is being mentioned shows the authenticity of the entries in the diary?
Uzovuma-ke. Sorry.
It's very speculative and argumentative. If the late colleague was to argue that, so be it.
No, I don't understand him that way. But the accused, wait. The accused himself says he's happy that all these police are hiding a policeman called Yende. And now he's happy that that name has suddenly appeared. And where does it appear? It appears in the diary. That's the evidence I listened to.
Yes.
It appears in the diary.
Yes. That is precisely the point.
Maybe a follow-up, my lord. The state says, are you then happy that, in fact, the state wants to find out from the witness if the mentioning of Yende authenticates
Yes,
what
yes.
Gininda wrote in the
Yeah,
diary?
fine. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, the
He
witness
wants
is,
this witness to say to him yes or no.
Fine.
How can this witness say that?
but he says he's happy because the name of Yende miraculously appears. When
Yes.
all the police were hiding Yende.
Yes.
And me and you are sitting here.
Yes.
And the only name of Yende appears. It's in the diary. Am I right? It's in the diary.
Yes,
Okay.
madam.
You have read me.
But then how does that then authenticate the
It's a question.
truthfulness?
It's a question. He can say it doesn't authenticate.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, it's a question.
Thank you.
But that question arises because of your client's retort.
Yes. Indeed, my lord. Do you have a comment to proffer?
Can you repeat it?
Yes. The fact that you are saying you are happy about the fact that Captain Yende, Bongani Yende's name is being mentioned in the diary, we are putting the proposition to that it shows the authenticity of the entries that are made in the diary of Brigadier Gininda.
Nanjengoba usho-ke ukuthi manje usuyajabula-ke ukuthi igama lika Captain Bongani Yende seliyavela-ke. Lokho-ke manje ingabe-ke manje akusho-ke noma akuqinisekisi yini ukuthi ngempela-ke lokho akushoyo uGininda ukuthi wabhala phansi ukuthi manje lokho kuveza-ke iqiniso-ke ukuthi ngempela uGininda wabhala phansi. Lokho kushoyo ukuthi uyabonga ukuthi igama likaYende liyavela. Amanje akuhambelani-ke nale nkulumo kaGininda ukuthi impela-ke uyasho uGininda ukuthi wayebhala phansi.
Cha, akuhambelani.
No, it does not authenticate.
Uthi umshushisi kimi uGininda uthi wayebhala phansi mayekhuluma nami. Lesikhathi ekhuluma nami wayebhala phansi. Ngithi mina uGininda lesikhathi ekhuluma nami wayengabhali phansi. Idayari yakhe ukuthi uyibhale ekuphi angazi.
What the state is putting to me is that during the conversation between Brigadier Gininda and myself, Brigadier Gininda was writing down. I am saying no, he was not writing down. As to when and where he documented in his diary, that is now Brigadier Gininda, I do not know.
Kodwa nje ukuthi wayebhala enami akaze sebhale nix enami.
But he never wrote anything when he was with me.
Right. We leave it there for argument. You stated that you were not offered food at at any point. Is that correct?
Ushilo ke ukuthi nje awukaze nje nakwiphi indawo wanikezwa ukudla.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Even there at Phosphorus police station.
Nalapha yana police station Phosphorus.
Akaze ngiye police station sephosphorus.
I never went to Phosphorus police station.
Constable Buthelezi testified as follows on the 1st of November 2023, page 28. From line 2, Mr. Buthelezi, no. There was a time when the suspect was given food, so he was eating at that time.
Uconstable Buthelezi ke kwimpendulo yakhe ke kwaku November 2023 washo ke wathi sikhona isikhathi la umsolwa anikezwa ukudla.
Namanje ngisasha akaze ngize nginikeze ukudla. Akaze ngize ngidle ngingaphandle kwepolice station yaseVeralia ngihamba namaphoyisa. Akaze kube nesikhathi amaphoyisa engangihamba nawo enginikeze ukudla.
I still maintain that I was never offered food. There was never a time when I was outside the Valeria police station where I was offered food by the police in whose company I was in.
Then at line 14, Mr. Buthelezi, no, the handcuffs had been removed and he was eating and we were also discussing.
Aqhubeka ke uButhelezi wathi ozankosi babekhishiwe wayedla ngaleso sikhathi futhi ke sasixoxa.
Akaze kube isikhathi engikhishwa ngaso zakosi. Mangiphuma epolice station yaseVeralia ngangifaka uzakosi waya ngize ngibagumule mangifika khona epolice station yaseVeralia.
There was never a time where the handcuffs were removed. The handcuffs were, I had the handcuffs on all the time. They were only removed when I was taken back to Valeria.
Ekulumeni kaButhelezi ayisilo iqiniso.
What Buthelezi said is not true.
Then Mr. Mgomezulu asked him, you were there in one of the offices in Eraton, that's when you were eating. Is it your evidence that at some stage you went out? Then Mr. Buthelezi, no, we stayed at the car park, if I remember correctly.
Wabuzwa ke uyena umnumzana uMngomezulu ukuthi ke naphuma yini noma nanise amahhovisi ngaleso sikhathi wathi cha sasihlezi sasilapho kuma khona imoto noma ke kwindawo la kuphaka khona imoto.
Then at page 29, still on the 1st of November 2023, line 6, Constable Buthelezi says, no, let us not confuse this matter. We had our food at the Phosphorus police station outside.
Ila khona ke aselungisa yona ke lendida ke uConstable Buthelezi athi cha asingahlanganisi ke izinto lana nkathi sasidla ke noma la esasidla khona kwakungaphandle ke epolice station yase Phosphorus.
Ngiphinda akaze ngize ngiye police station yasephosphorus.
I'll repeat this, I was never at the Phosphorus police station.
Nalapha kwamasipala esasikhona ngangingadli ngangishawa.
Even there at the municipal area where we were, I was not eating, I was being assaulted.
Yes.
Noma mhlawumbe basho ukudla induku ngoba phela khona ukuthi umuntu udla induku.
Or maybe they mean a beating, because you can even say that, yeah, when you are being beaten, that, yeah, you are eating.
That Mr. Mgomezulu, not at Eraton, Mr. Buthelezi, no.
Wasebuza kumnumzana uMngomezulu ukuthi Eratin la aphendula uButhelezi wathi cha aye Eratin.
Akaze kunikwe nje ukudla.
I was never offered food.
And his evidence is corroborated by Sergeant Mohola. On page 47 of the proceedings of 21 November 2023, she testifies as follows. We'll start on page 46. Line 20. Mr. Mgomezulu, so will you deny the fact that accused one was sharing food with Constable Buthelezi at Phosphorus police station? Then Sergeant Mohola, my lord, I would not deny, my lord, that because after leaving Vusimusi Hostel, Malot or Tembisa, we went to Vosloorus police station. We were supposed to meet with the brigadier as requested to Malot to question accused one further. And as we were waiting for the brigadier, we did buy food, Malot, of which accused one also was provided with food.
Manje lapha ke umnumzana uMngomezulu useyabuza ubuza yena ke uMkhula ukuthi ke uzophikisana yini nenkulumo yakhe uThelezi ukuthi ke wayedla ke edla naye ke umsolo wokuqala waphendula ke uMkhula ethi cha sahamba ke saya khona eVosloorus police station la esasilinde khona ke ubrigadier la ewayezobuza khona ke umsola imibuzo ngaleso sikhathi sisalindile ke silinde yena ubrigadier sathenga ukudla naye umsolwa wayedla noma wadla nathi.
Ngiphinde le akaze ngize ngibe se police station seVosloorus.
I repeat this, I was never at Vosloorus police station.
La ngangikhona ngangishawa khona kwamasipala.
Where I was being assaulted, it was at the municipal place.
Akaze ngize nginikezwe ukudla.
I was never offered food.
Ngangilibele ngishawa nje kuphela.
I was only being assaulted.
Then at line 23, on page 47, still on the 21st of November 2023, Sergeant Mukhola says, Malot, we ate with him in Vosloorus. We were parked at the parking.
Yaqhubeka ke uSergeant Mkhula athi ke nkosenkantolo sadla naye eVosloorus sasimi ngaphandle ke la ekumakhona imoto.
It is actually an open parking.
She was not telling the truth.
It is actually an open parking between the police and the court.
Uthi ke indawo evulekile phakathi kwe police station nenkantolo.
Njengoba namanje ngisho ukuthi mina ngazi ngize kube leyo ndawo. Indawo engangikuyo ngayisendaweni kamasipala la engakhombisa khona inkatoti ngangishayelwa khona.
As I say that I was never at that place. Where I was at the municipal place where I was being assaulted.
Now, the state witnesses testify that from the Vosloorus police station, you were taken to Eraton.
Ofakazi ke bobuso bashilo ke ukuthi ukusuka lapho ke police station yaseVosloorus base bekhambisa ke uya eEraton.
Namanje ngisaphinda. Mangisuka eVosloorus indawo esaqala ukungena sime kuyo yayibhalwe eDiekkloof police station ila esangena khona sasuka lapho sawungena kule ndawo eCourtyard la ngaphinde ngashawa khona futhi.
I still say this that the first place where we stopped after leaving Vosloorus was a place that was written at Diekkloof. We then went into a courtyard where the assault continued again on me.
You see, in this record that I've just quoted to you on the 1st of November 2023 at page 28, your legal representative then, Mr. Mngomezulu, asked whether, whilst they were providing you with food, whether that occurred at Eraton, and he posed the question as follows. We're reading from line 16. You were there in one of the offices in Eraton. Is it your evidence that at some stage you went out?
Lana ke ubuzo umbuzo komnumzana uMngomezulu ukuthi ke nanise lapho ke kulawo ma office lawo eEraton ngaba sikhona yini isikhathi la inaphuma khona.
Then Constable Buthelezi answered, no, we stayed at the car park, if I remember correct.
Phendule ke uButhelezi athi cha uma ngisakhumbula kahle ke sasikuyona ke ipark leyo imoto noma la ekumakhona imoto.
Then what follows is important at line 20, Mr. Mngomezulu. That is the reason I'm saying he was inside the building, one of the offices in Eraton. You went out and stayed at the parking lot. So your own legal representative concedes that you were inside the building at Eraton.
Lapho ke uyaqhubeka kumnumzana uMngomezulu athi ingakho ngisho ke ukuthi ke nani ngaphakathi kulona ibhilidi leleke kwelinye lamahhovisi lapho e-Eratin. Akushoyo ke mshushisi uthi ke nalapha yana ke lokho kutshengisa ukuthi ke ummeli wakho noma owayekumele ngaleso sikhathi naye ke uyasho noma evuma ke ukuthi ngempela wawuyile e-Eratin.
Cha, ngicela ukuphendula kulokho.
May I respond to that?
Indlela uMgomezulu ayebuza ngayo imibuzo, wayebuza ufakazi wayesebhokisini owayekhuluma ukuthi sasise eLatin.
The manner in which Mr. Mgomezulu was posing the questions to the witness that was in the dock, who was saying that we were in Eratin.
Mina ngishilo kwi-trial namanje ngisasho akaze ngize ngisuke eFosforus ngingene endaweni ekuthiwa eLatin. Ngasuke eFosforus indawo engiqale ukungena kuyo indawo eyayibhalwe police station iDekloof.
I said it during the trial, within the trial, and I'm still maintaining that during the main trial, that the first place where we stopped after Phosphorus, it's a place that was written Diepkloof.
Yindawo engathi mangisuke eFosforus ngawongena kuyiDekloof police station.
That's the place that I went to after leaving Phosphorus, that is Diepkloof police station.
And on page 29 of the proceedings of 1 November 2023, line 10, Mr. Mgomezulu. So is it still your evidence that in Eratin he was still handcuffed? Then Constable Telezi answers yes, but they were in the front.
Uyabuza ke lapha uMnumzana uMgomezulu ukuthi ke kusebufakazi bakho yini ukuthi ngenkathi nisese Eratin wayesafakwe ozankosi. Waphendula-ke uButhelezi wathi yebo kodwa ke manje ngaphambili.
Then Mr. Mgomezulu, all right, you can estimate the period or the time in which accused one was still inside the offices in Eratin.
Lapho ke sebuza khona ke uMnumzana uMgomezulu ke ukuthi uma usungaqagela ke isikhathi ke manje owayengaphakathi ngaso uma office lawo eEratin.
Ngiphinde futhi mina akaze ngize ngiye endaweni ekuthiwa eLatin.
I repeat, I was never at a place called Eratin.
Ngifikela ebhokisini ngiza isibili ngifikela ebhokisini ngafunga kwi-trial and trial ngakhuluma ukusho ukuthi ngisuke eFosforus indawo engiqala ukungena kuyo iDekloof police station.
I am now coming to the witness dock for the second time. I came here, I took an oath. I did say that the first place where I went to after leaving Phosphorus was Diepkloof police station.
Namanje ngiyaphinda ngaphansi kwesifundo ngiyasho ukuthi ngisuke eFosforus indawo engiqala ukungena kuyo iDekloof police station.
I am repeating that the first place where we stopped or that I went to after leaving Phosphorus was Diepkloof police station.
Akaze ngize ngibe sendaweni ekuthiwa eLatin.
I was never ever at a place called Eratin.
Yes, but as we've just put it to you, your own legal representative considered that you were in Eratin.
Nanjengoba bese sishilo ke noma sikufundela ke ukuthi owayekumele ngaleso sikhathi ke ukuvumileke ukuthi ngempela wawuse Eratin.
Angicabanga ukuthi ukuvuma le nto leyakubuza umbuzo umuntu wayekhuluma leyo nkulumo leyo esebhokisini. So kwakuyindlela ukumbuza imibuzo efuna ukuthola lento le ayifuna ukuyithola.
I do not think that was conceding, but it was a way of asking questions and to get whatever it is that he wanted to get to the person that was testifying.
Njengoba umshushisi sengibuza ngangishaba kanjani kodwa uyaphika ukuthi ngashaba.
Just as the state is now asking me to describe the manner in which I was assaulted, but then still disputes that I was ever assaulted.
So you say during the conversation with Brigadier Gininda, you denied any involvement in the death of Mr. Senzo Meyiwa.
Uthi ke kwinkulumo yakho naye uBrigadier Gininda waphika ke ukuthi wena unolwazi ngokushona kukaSenzo Meyiwa.
Ngaphika ngamtshela ukuthi angazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo Meyiwa namanje ngila ebhokisini ngisaphika angazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo Meyiwa.
Yes, I denied. I told him that I knew nothing about the death of Senzo Meyiwa. Even now, as I'm standing here in this witness dock, I still maintain that I know nothing about the death of Senzo Meyiwa.
Now, why were you taken to Diepkloof police station?
Manje ke kwakungani uthathwe noma ke uhanjiswe uye police station yase Diepkloof?
Lo mbuzo lo uright ngawubuza yena uGininda mina nginalo ulwazi ngoba ngangihanjiswa yiba babe driver bengisala abafuna ukungisa khona.
That is a good question, but it should be posed to Gininda. I was being taken, driven around or taken wherever they wanted to take me.
You see, the plausible version is that of the state that you indicated you made admissions to Sergeant Mohola, after which Brigadier Gininda was telephoned, and he then had an interview with you there in front of Vosloorus Police Station. And after you made further admissions to him, that's when he made arrangements for Lieutenant Colonel Mboto to take your confession.
Okuyikona nokuzwakalayo. Okay.
The state says the plausible version. It is plausible in terms of whose standard? Because that is still subject to, that will still be a subject of argument, but already the state says a plausible version is plausible in terms of whose standard?
Yes, sir.
Well, I don't, the witness says he cannot really conceive of a reason as to why he was taken to Deep Kloof Police Station. Now we're putting it to him that the only plausible explanation is he was taken to Deep Kloof Police Station because he wanted to make a clean breast of everything.
Matters of plausibility, credibility reside within the court's purview, not this witness's purview, as the court places them.
Well, we're not going, it's not really a point that we want to belabor at this point. Now, you testify that Brigadier Gininda went along to Deep Kloof Police Station.
Ushilo ke ukuthi ke uBrigadier Gininda naye wahamba waya eDeep Kloof Police Station.
Yeah.
That's correct.
You see, during the proceedings of 22 January 2024, at page 62, lines 23 to 25, Mr. Mgomezulu says the following. Says the following: yes, what I want to put across to you is that what Mboto or Colonel Mboto has done with accused number 1, and you were not present.
Mr. Mgomezulu.
Gininda, this is now,
sorry.
yes, he's putting the proposition to Brigadier Gininda on the 22nd of January 2024, page 62, lines 23 to 25, he says, yes, what I want to put across to you is that what Mboto or Colonel Mboto has done with accused number 1, and you were not present.
Laphayana ke akufunda mshushisi ukuthi ke okwashiwo uyena ke uMnumzana Mngomezulu etshela ke yena ke noma esho kuyena ke uBrigadier Gininda ukuthi ke okwenziwa uKolonel Mboto ke noma kwakwenzeka phakathi koKolonel Mboto naye ke umsolwa wena Gininda wawungekho lapho.
uGininda wayekhona.
Gininda was there.
Now we tried ngasho ukuthi uGininda wayekhona.
I did say it, even in the trial, within the trial, that Gininda was there.
Uye umuntu ofike lapha masifika lapha ecourt yathi wangibuza ukuthi namanje ngisalibele ngiphikani ukuthi nginesandla ekufeni kaSenzo na.
He is the person, when we arrived there at the courtyard, who asked me whether was I still denying that I had something to do with the death of Senzo Meyiwa.
Wathi uzophuma beqhubeka engishiye nalabantu laba beqhubeka bengishaya nangempela waphuma baqhubeka bangishaya. Wabuye sekuya noMboto.
He then said that he was going to leave and let these people continue assaulting me. Indeed, he left and came back in the company of Mboto.
So wayekhona lapha ya.
So he was there.
You testify that you were taken to a courtyard, which you describe as a room with no corrugated or no roof, but has iron mesh. Is that correct?
Ushilo ukuthi ke wathathwa ke wasiwa kule ndawo noma ke kule courtyard lena ke ushilo ke ukuthi uphahla lwalu ngekho lapha kodwa ke kwaku nezinsimbi la ikhona lapha.
Yebo ngishilo athi insimbi phezulu zazimso.
Yes, I did say the witness is indicating that the iron right at the top were like this.
You see, this is in stark contrast with the proposition that was made by your then legal representative, Mr. Ramusipili. He said that when cross-examining Lieutenant Colonel Mboto, he says he was also referring to you, he was also assaulted at Deep Kloof Police Station in the office.
Lokho ke kuyaphikisana nenkulumo noma lokho okwashiwo owayekumele ngaleso sikhathi ke umnumzana oRamusipili la ayisho khona ke kuMbotho ukuthi ke nase Deep Kloof usho wena ke nase Deep Kloof Police Station washaywa eshayelwa eofisini.
There was no mention made of a courtyard.
Akukhulunywanga lapho noma akukhulunywa lapho ngecourtyard.
Mina namanje ngisakhuluma ngecourtyard nasekuqaleni mangifika la eboxini ngiyo ngaphansi kwesifungo ngakhuluma ngecourtyard.
I am still talking about a courtyard. Even when I came to the witness dock for the first time, I mentioned the courtyard.
Lieutenant Colonel Mboto testified that he was allocated a room, and he says the room that he was given by the client service commander he says that room is, he says there's no other room outside that may, that was given to me.
Ushilo kubufakazi bakhe uColonel Mboto ukuthi wanikezwa ke igumbi lapho linikezwa uyena ophethe noma ucommander walapho uthi ke alikho igumbi elingaphandle anikezwa lona.
He says there's one entrance at Deep Kloof. You enter the gate, you get into the client service center, and he says that was the room that he was given.
Uthi ke iyodwa ke indawo yongena ke lapho uyangena ke esangweni noma ke egateini ube sungena la ekusizela khona ke abantu phecelezi ke i-client service center uthi ke ilelo gumbi lelo ke enganikezwa lona.
He said there's no other room outside that maybe that he may have started there.
Uthi ke alikho elinye igumbi ngaphandle la engathi ke akube waqala khona noma waqala wangena kulona.
Namanje ngiphinde ngiyasho mina la ngidibane khona noMbotho ngidibane naye endaweni le ecourtyard. uMbotho ukuphume uGininda wabuye sekubuya noMbotho bangena la engangishayelwa khona kuleya courtyard engisho.
I still maintain that where I met Mboto, it was at the courtyard. Gininda left, and then when he came back in the company of Mboto. It was there at the courtyard where I was being assaulted.
Were the police officers on duty there at the client service center at Deep Kloof Police Station?
Ingabe kunamaphoyisa ayekhona yini lapho eDeep Kloof Police Station asebenza lapho la kule ndawo lena ke omunye umuntu uzothi mayibiza ke ngolimi laselokishini ke la eCharge office noma la exizela khona abantu ayekhona yini amaphoyisa alapho eDeep Kloof ayesemsebenzini?
Ayikho indawo esangena kuyo enamaphoyisa awalapha ya. Sathi masuka lapha eparking sa straight lapha ecourtyard ilanga esafika khona uGininda ngibuza lembuza ngibuza nama ngisalibele ngiphika na wangitshela uzongishiya nabantu abeqhubeka bengishaya nangempela wangishiya nabantu waphuma wahamba wabuye sekuya noMbotho.
There is no place that we went to or where we went in and then saw the police officers of Deep Kloof Police Station. From the parking, we went to the courtyard where Gininda asked me questions whether I was still denying. He then said he was going to leave me there. Indeed, he left me. And then he came back in the company of Mboto, there at the courtyard.
But, Mr. Sibiya, are you suggesting that police officers who are not attached to Deep Kloof Police Station go there and assault you at a police station that they are not attached to?
Ingabe inkulumo yakho ithi Mnumzana Sibiya, amaphoyisa angasebenzi epolice station yase Deep Kloof ahamba noma ke akuhambisa akuthatha la akuthatha khona aya nawe epolice station yase Deep Kloof bayokushayela kwepolice station abangasebenzi kuyona okushoyo lokho.
Ngikhuluma mina into eyenzakalayo kimi ukuthi amaphoyisa la engibophe eThembisa yiwe ngihambe nayo ngayiFosurus ngasuyeFosurus nganawe eDeep Kloof afika ngishaya lapha ya.
I am saying what happened to me, that the police officers that arrested me took me to Fosurus. From Fosurus they took me to Deep Kloof Police Station and assaulted me there.
Ukuthi lamaphoyisa mina la engibopha njengala eGo Private uthi asebenzela kuphi angwazi.
As to where those police officers work, even the ones that were in civilian clothing, as to where they are stationed or where they are working, I don't know.
So please, it's almost time for the long adjournment. Can we
Oh, okay.
take the long adjournment at this point?